Chapter 39. Entering Lila. Now an intense longing possessed Vijay Kumar. Nothing seemed to please him, and he could no longer steady his heart, even after having darshan of Jagannath Dev in the temple. He had long ago understood the fundamentals of Rasa Tattva, but it was only now, in Sri Gopal Guru Goswami's association, that he came to understand Madhurya Ras, with its Sthai-bhav, Vaibhavs, Anubhavs, Sattvika bhavs, and Vyabhichari bhavs. Different bhavs manifested in his heart at different times. For a while, one bhav would arise and immerse him in bliss, and then a new bhav would invade his heart. He passed his days in this way, completely helpless to check the awakening and movement of any bhav in his heart, or its transformation into another bhav. Consequently, one day he approached the lotus feet of Sri Guru Goswami with tearful eyes and submitted the following request. Prabhu, in your unlimited compassion I have learnt everything, but I cannot control my real self, so I cannot firmly establish myself in Krishna Lila. Kindly bestow upon me whatever instructions you may think suitable for me in my present condition. Sri Guru Goswami became overjoyed to see Vijay Kumar's bhavs, and thought to himself, Aho, how glorious and wonderful the nature of Krishna Prem is! It makes happiness seem like distress, and distress like happiness. Then he said to Vijay Kumar, My dear son, now you should adopt the means by which you can enter into Krishna Lila. Vijay: What is the method for doing that? Goswami: Sri Raghunath Das Goswami has prescribed the method to enter Krishna Lila in the following shloka. Na dhamam na dharam shrutigana niruktam kila kuru. Rajye radha Krishna prachur paricharyam iha tanu. Sachi sunam nandishvara pati shutve guru varam. Mukunda preshtatve smara param ajasram manu mana. Manashiksha 2. Translation. O my dear mind, please do not perform either dharma or adharma mentioned in the Shrutis. Rather you should render profuse loving service to Sri Sri Radha Krishna Yugal, here in Braj. For the Shrutis have ascertained that they are the highest principle of supreme worship and the supreme absolute truth. Always meditate on Sachinandan Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, who is richly endowed with the complexion and sentiments of Srimati Radhika, as non-different from Sri Nandanandan, and always remember Sri Gurudev is most dear to Sri Mukunda. End of translation. Don't waste time vainly deliberating on righteous and unrighteous activities, dharma and adharma, mentioned in Shastra. In other words, you should completely abandon shastric reasoning and logic, and engage in the sadhana of Raganuga Bhakti according to the greed developed in your heart. Render profuse loving service to Sri Sri Radha Krishna in Braj. That is, engage in bhajan of Brajaras. If you ask, who will teach the aim and object of Brajaras bhajan, then please listen. After Braj Lila, our Prananath, Sri Nimananda, has appeared from the womb of Sri Sachidev in Prajnana, concealed Vrindavan, Sri Navadvip Dham. Sachinandan Gaurahari is none other than Krishna himself, the son of the Lord of Nandishvara, Sri Nanda Maharaj. Never consider Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu to be inferior to Sri Krishna in any aspect of tattva. He has appeared in Navadvip and has displayed a distinct bhajan lila, so you should never give up Braja bhajan, thinking that he is Navadvip Nagara, the lover who enjoys his consorts in Navadvip. He is Krishna himself, but you should not disturb those on the path of Archan who meditate upon him separately from Krishna and perform his worship with separate mantras. On the Rasa Marg, He is the exclusive object of bhajan as Sri Radha Vallabh, and he has appeared as Sri Sachinandan, the sole Guru of Brajaras. Therefore, perform bhajan of that Sachinandan as Krishna Preshta, that is, considering him to be Guru who is very dear to Krishna. Before performing Radha Krishna Smaranam, always remember Gaura Lila, because it will stimulate and awaken your bhavs of Astakaliya Krishna Lila. Always realize Bhajan Gurudev is none other than Braja Yuteshwari or Sakhi. Enter into Braj Lila by performing bhajan in this way. Vijay. Prabhu, now I will put aside all logical arguments of the Shastras and all the other paths, for I am becoming very eager to render appropriate services in Astakaliya Krishna Lila, as taught and demonstrated by Sri Gaurangadev, under the guidance of my Guru Rupa Sakhi. Please instruct me, how can I make my mind steadfast in this attitude, so that I can achieve my goal? Goswami. Two subjects are to be clearly understood in this connection, Upasya Pariskriti and Upasaka Pariskriti. Upasya Pariskriti means to refine the conception and realize the true nature of the Upasya, the object of one's seva. You have already accomplished Upasya Pariskriti, for you have understood Rasa Tattva. There are 11 bhavs, Ekadash bhavs, Upasaka Pariskriti. You have gained almost all of them, but you need to be somewhat more firmly established in them. Vijay. Kindly explain these Ekadash bhavs to me thoroughly once again. Goswami. The Ekadash bhavs are 1. Sambandha, relationship. 2. Vayas, age. 3. Nam, name. 4. Rupa, personal form and beauty. 5. Yut, group. 6. Vesh, dress. 7. Agyan, specific instruction. 8. Vas, residence. 9. Seva, exclusive service. 10. Parakashta Svasa, the highest summit of emotion, which is the aspirant's very life-breath. And 11. Palyadasi Bhav, the sentiment of a maidservant under the protection of Sri Radha. Vijay. What is Sambandha, relationship? Goswami. The sentiment of Sambandha is the very foundation of this subject. The sentiments with which one relates to Krishna when one establishes Sambandha determine one's corresponding state of perfection, siddha. One who accepts Krishna as master when he establishes his relationship with him becomes das. One who accepts Krishna as his Sakha or son when he establishes his relationship becomes Sakha or parent respectively. One who accepts him as husband in the marital Swakiya relationship becomes a beautiful young lady in Dwarka. Shantaras is absent in Braj, and even Dasyaras is very inhibited. In any case, this relationship is established according to the worshipper's ruchi. Your nature is feminine, and your inclination is in Parakiya Ras, so you are a subordinate attendant of Braj Vaneshwari. The Sambandha that you have to cultivate and realize fully is, I am a maidservant of Srimati Radhika's most confidential attendant maid. Srimati Radhika is the mistress of my very life, and Krishna is her life. Therefore, Sri Radha Vallabh Sri Krishna is certainly the Lord of my life. Vijay. I have heard that our Acharya, Srila Jiva Goswami, was in favor of Sambandha in Swakiya Bhav, the marital relationship. Is this true? Goswami. None of the followers of Sriman Mahaprabhu were outside the pure transcendental Parakiya Bhav. Sri Swarup Goswami is the sole guru of this transcendental Parakya Ras. He has given instruction on the purest transcendental Parakya Bhav, and Srila Jiva Goswami, as well as Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami, followed in his footsteps and maintained the same opinion. Srila Jiva Goswami has never cherished any independent sentiments of Swakya Bhajan. However, he observed the scent of Swakya Bhav in some of the Upasakas, worshippers of Braj. The Swakya Bhav of Braj is found only where the Samartha Rati has a scent of Samanjasa Rati in it. Those who maintain a slight sense of Swakya Bhav when they establish their relationship with Krishna are actually Swakya Upasakas. Srila Jiva Goswami had both types of disciples, those with Shuddha Parakya Bhav and those whose worship was mixed with the scent of Swakya Bhav. Consequently, he left separate instructions according to his disciples' different inclinations. This fact is clearly established in the sloka Svechaya Likitam Kinchit in his Lochan Rochini Tiki on Ujjvala Nilamani. Vijay. Very well. I have understood that only the unadulterated Parakya Bhajan is accepted in the Vishuddha pure Gaudiya conception. Now that I have understood Sambandha, please tell me about Vayas, age. Goswami. The Sambandha that you have established with Krishna has resulted in your unprecedented and unparalleled intrinsic Swarup, Braj Lalan Swarup, of a Braja Gopi. Now, to render service in that Swarup, you need to have a suitable age, Vayas. The appropriate age is Kishore, the age from 10 to 16, also known as Vayasandhi. In your Swarup, you will begin from the age of 10 and grow up to 16 years. Rajalalans do not have the 3 ages of Balya, infancy ages, birth to 5 years old, Poganda, childhood, 5 to 10, and Vriddha, adulthood, so you should always foster the spiritual identification of being a Kishori. Vijay. Please explain to me about Nam, name. I have already received the name of my Swarup, but still, please give me firm instructions in this regard. Goswami. After hearing about the services of various damsels of Braj, your own service tendency has awakened. According to that natural tendency for service, you are a maidservant of Radhika Sakhi. The name of that maidservant is your name. Your Gurudev has given you your name after examining your inclination or ruchi. That name is to be considered your Nitya Nam. You will be delighted, Manorama, by this name among the Braja Gopis. Vijay. Prabhu, now please tell me about Rup, eternal form. Goswami. Your intrinsic, transcendental identity is that of a beautiful, youthful Kishori, which means that your Sri Gurudev has defined your Shuddha Rup according to your inclination and ruchi. How can one be the maidservant of Srimati Radhika without having been endowed with an inconceivably divine form and personal beauty? Vijay. Please consolidate my faith regarding Yut, group. Goswami. Srimati Radhika herself is the Yuteshwari, leader of the Yut, and you have to live as an attendant in the group of one of her 8 principal Sakhis. Your Gurudev has put you under the guidance of Srimati Lalita, so now you should render loving service to Yuteshwari Srimati Radhika and Leelamayi Shri Krishna under Sri Lalita's order. Vijay. Prabhu, what sort of sadhaks become followers in the groups of Yuteshwaris, such as Sri Chandravali? Goswami. The intense desire to be with the attendant of a Yuteshwari awakens in one's heart only after accumulating fortune, sukriti, for many births. So only the most fortunate sadhaks have access to Srimati Radhika's ute. The efforts of Sri Chandravali and other Yuteshwaris are simply to enhance the Lila, and it is only to nourish Sri Sri Radha Madhav's transcendental rasa that the other Yuteshwaris have accepted the mood of an opponent. In fact, Srimati Radhika alone is Yuteshwari. Sri Krishna's variegated pastimes are full of abhiman, spiritual self-conception. Those who have a particular service to Sri Krishna in his pastimes identify themselves as being perfectly fitted for just that service. Vijay. Now I wish to become resolute with regard to guna, qualities. Goswami. You are expert in the various types of fine skills required for your assigned service. You need suitable qualities and dress in order to render your service perfectly, and your Gurudev has already ascertained these for you. Vijay, now please tell me about Agyan, specific orders. Goswami, there are two types of Agyan, Nitya and Naimitika. Your Nitya Agyan is whatever Agyan your compassionate Sakhi has bestowed upon you regarding your seva during the Astakaliya Lila, and you must continue to render it regularly at that particular time without any negligence. Apart from that, from time to time, she may give you Agyan about other services when the necessity arises, and that is called Naimitika Agyan, occasional orders. You should also attend to these services with the utmost diligence. Vijay. What is Vasa, residence? Goswami. To reside in Braj eternally, this is Vasa. You should realize your identity as a gopi, who is born in the house of some gopa in one of the villages of Braj, and you have been married to a gopa of some other village of Braj. However, the sweet sound of Krishna's Murli has captivated you. Srimati Radhika's confidential Sakhi has taken you under her guidance and has appointed a place of residence for you in a beautiful kutia in a grove on the bank of Radhakund. The residence that you have realized internally by your intrinsic spiritual identity is your true Vasa. Your Parakiya Bhav is actually your Nitya Siddha Bhav. Vijay. Kindly give more specific details about my seva, service. Goswami. You are a maidservant of Srimati Radhika, and your eternal service is to render loving service unto her. Sometimes out of necessity, she may send you to be alone with Sri Krishna in a solitary place. At that time, Krishna may express his desire to enjoy with you. However, you should never agree to his proposals. You are a dasi of Srimati Radhika, and you never independently serve Krishna for his pleasure without her permission. You have equal attachment for Radha and Krishna, but still you should maintain greater earnestness for her loving service, dasya prem, than for Krishna's. This is the meaning of seva. Your seva is to care for Sri Radhika's comfort and pleasure in all the eightfold pastimes of the Astakaliya Lila. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has presented the outline of your service in Sri Vilap Kusumanjali, based on Sri Swarup Damodar's treatise. Vijay. How can the Parakashta Swasa, the utmost summit of sentiments and the very breath of the aspirant, be ascertained? Goswami. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has explained Parikashta in the following two shlokas of Vilap Kusumanjali, 102 to 103. Ha Varohu Radha, I am spending my days in great distress, maintaining the highest expectation of attaining the ocean of nectar. Now please bestow your kindness upon me, for if you do not do so, what is the use of my life, my residence in Braj, or even my servitude to Krishna, all will be completely in vain. Ha Gokula Chand, ha Krishna with a smiling, blissful lotus face, ha you whose heart is soft and melting, wanting to bestow mercy on all, kindly take me where you lovingly take Srimati Radhika and sport with her eternally, and allow me to render confidential, loving service to you both. Vijay. Please explain Palyadasi Swabhav, the disposition of the maids who have accepted the protection of Sri Radha. Goswami. Sri Das Goswami has explained the disposition of the Palyadasis in his Vrajavilas Stava as follows. Vrajavilas Stava 29. Sri Lalita Devi is drowning in the utterly unfathomable Prema Ras. Sri Sri Radha Krishna are her Pran Preshta, her dearest beloved, the life of her life. Every day, with the Pragalbhata, boldness born of her love for them both, she arranges for their loving meetings. With great expertise, she instructs her Sakhi, Srimati Radhika. May she accept me as a Palyadasi, one of the attendant maids in her personal group. Vijay. What sort of attitude should a Palyadasi have towards Sri Lalita Devi's other attendant maids? How should she deal with them? Goswami. All of Srila Das Goswami's writings are enriched with transcendental rasa, which are but illustrations of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami's instructions. In this respect, he has written in his Brajavilas Stava 38, I take shelter of Sri Rupa Manjari and the other maidservants of Srimati Radharani, the great queen of Vrindavan. Those maidservants perpetually satisfy her by their loving services, such as offering tambul, massaging her feet, bringing water, and arranging for her trysts with Sri Hari. The Pran Presta Sakhis are dearer to Srimati Radhika than her very life, but those maidservants are still more dear, because without feeling shy they can enter the area where the divine couple enjoy their most confidential pastimes. Vijay. What type of attitude and dealings should be maintained towards the other principal Sakhis? Goswami. Srila Das Goswami has indicated this in the following verse. Pranaya Lalita Narma Far Bhumis Tayo Ya Brajapura Navayuna Ya Cha Kantam Pikanam Nayati Param Adasta Divya Ganena Tustya Pratat Yuta Marma Diksham Hanta Shayam Vishaka. Brajavilas Stava 30. Sri Vishaka Devi is favoured by the youthful couple on account of her qualities of intimate love, playful humour, and daring amorous curiosity. Her charming celestial singing mocks the sweetness of the cuckoo. May that Vishaka mercifully train me in the art of music. Gopal Guru Goswami added, you must also maintain a similar submissive attitude towards the other Sakhis. Vijay. But what type of mood should be maintained towards the Sakhis of the rival group, Vipaksh? Goswami. In this regard, Srila Das Goswami states in his Brajavilas Stava 41, I repeatedly offer my prayers to the Braja Gopis, headed by the highly fortunate Chandravali, who have the mood of rivals towards Srimati Radhika. They are endowed with attributes such as the feelings of great fortune, pride in their excellence, and amorous delusion, Vibram. Sri Krishna consorts with them for only a few moments, just to enhance the mood of Sri Radhika's Sringara Ras. End of translation. One has to maintain this type of feeling within the heart towards the Sakhis belonging to the opposing group. And at the time of rendering service, you can deal with each individual appropriately with loving remarks and jokes. In summary, you should render your seva according to the methods and bhavs illustrated in Sri Vilap Kusumanjali, and maintain mutual relationship and dealings with the Sakhis and other Brajabasis, as explained in Sri Vrajavilas Stava. Contemplate all the variegated Leelas, included within the Astakalya Leela, as they are explained in Vishakanandadi Stotram. Absorb your mind in Krishna Leela, according to the approach specified in Sri Manasiksha, and maintain resolute determination for the rules and regulations of bhakti, according to the bhavs presented in Svaniyam Dashakam. In his writings, Srila Rupa Goswami has illustrated Rasa Tattva extensively. Since Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu entrusted him with this particular responsibility, he has not explained how rasa acts while one renders seva. Srila Das Goswami accomplished this task in his writings, which are based on the Kadacha notes of Srila Swarup Damodar. Sriman Mahaprabhu authorized and empowered his different associates respectively with different missionary responsibilities, and following his instructions, they discharged their services flawlessly. Vijay, please tell me what those various responsibilities were, and to whom Sriman Mahaprabhu entrusted them. Goswami, Sriman Mahaprabhu entrusted Sri Swarup Damodar with the responsibility of teaching the process of seva endowed with transcendental rasa, rasa mayi upasana. To fulfill Sriman Mahaprabhu's order, Sri Swarup Damodar presented his treatise in two parts. One part is called the internal path, Antapanta, of rasa mayi upasana, while the second part is called the external path, Bahyapanta, of rasa mayi upasana. Sri Swarup Damodar offered this Antapanta around the neck of Srila Das Goswami, and it is illustrated and well preserved in Das Goswami's writings. He taught the Bahyapanta to Sri Vakrashra Goswami, and this is the distinguished treasure of our line right up to the present day. I gave this treasured process to Sriman Dhyan Chandra, and he has written a Padahati, a systematic step-by-step method of practice based upon it, which you have already obtained. Sriman Mahaprabhu empowered Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Advaita Prabhu and entrusted them with the responsibility of preaching the glories of Sri Nam. He ordered and empowered Srila Rupa Goswami to manifest Rasa Tattva, and he gave Srila Sanatana Goswami the responsibility of elaborately illustrating the relationship between Vaidhi Bhakti and Rag Bhakti. He also instructed Srila Sanatana Goswami to explain the esoteric relationship between Prakat and Aprakat Gokul. Through Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Sanatana Goswami, Mahaprabhu empowered Srila Jiva Goswami to establish the tattva of Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojan. In this way, each of them carried out just those specific responsibilities that Mahaprabhu had entrusted to them. Vijay, Prabhu, what responsibility did Mahaprabhu entrust to Sri Rai Ramananda? Goswami, Sriman Mahaprabhu entrusted Sri Rai Ramananda with the responsibility of elaborately illustrating Rasa Tattva, and through Srila Rupa Goswami he accomplished this to the fullest extent. Vijay, Prabhu, what was the responsibility entrusted to Sri Sarvabhauma? Goswami, he was entrusted with the responsibility of teaching the philosophical truths about the absolute reality, tattva. He in turn gave that responsibility to Sri Jiva Goswami through the medium of his own disciples. Vijay, what was Sriman Mahaprabhu's instruction to his prominent followers in Bengal? Goswami, the responsibility of the Gaudiya Mahantas was to illuminate Sri Gaura Tattva and to awaken in the Jiva's heart transcendental Shraddha for the Krishna Bhakti Ras that Sri Gaura had initiated. Again, Mahaprabhu entrusted some great souls among them with the responsibility of composing and propagating a special mode of Rasa Kirtan. Vijay. What was the responsibility entrusted to Srila Raghunath Bhatta? Goswami. He was entrusted to teach the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Vijay. And to Sri Gopal Bhatta? Goswami. Srimad Mahaprabhu entrusted him with the responsibility of properly protecting and preserving the supremely pure and transcendental Sringara Ras from any distortions, and of checking any unreasonable negligence towards Vaidhi Bhakti. Vijay. What responsibility was given to Sri Prabodhananda Goswami, the guru and uncle of Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami? Goswami. He was entrusted with the responsibility of informing the world that the highest achievement is to cultivate spontaneous, loving attachment for Braja Ras. When Vijay Kumar heard all these topics, he was delighted and considered himself to be supremely blessed. Thus ends the 39th chapter of Jaiva-Dharma, entitled Entering Lila.